What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to behind the scenes of installing the Asus Rog X870e-h gaming Wi-Fi 7. So, as you can see, I uninstalled the motherboard. From there, I'm going to be swapping parts over. This video is pretty much me filming the footage for the video I'm going to make. But if you guys want to tune in during the process, that's what this is for. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask away any question you have. If you just want to comment, feel free to comment. I'm going to try my best to get to them, but since I'm going to be, my main focus is making this video, I'm going to be focusing on that. But like I said, I'm going to try my best to get to you guys. So for now, I'm going to be filming where we install the parts into the motherboard. So give me a quick second, guys. Anyone live watching this live right now? Okay. No comments. We good. They said you good, but you lied. Okay. Let me go ahead and take this off. I'm gonna be standing there filming right now. Okay, and then this can go right there. Get that and touch it, and it instantly syncs. Okay, Insta360. Jeez. Heck yeah. Alright, let me go ahead and lower that. Okay. Remember, I am filming, so bear with me. Okay. Okay, video. It's recording through USB. Let me just double check. Okay, let's go. Where did I put that? Install grid. Okay. Alright. Installing motherboard. Take 1. 3, 2, 1, go. And so for you guys, it might be a little different because I'm swapping some parts over from here to there. So I'll just bookmark this and make sure that it'll just say installing the motherboard. And like any PC enthusiast knows, make sure you have the manual with you. I pretty much got this down, but it's always good to double check. And since you have the motherboard out, it's best to install the parts individually as much as all the... Fuck it. Sorry guys. Alright, take 2 and go. Since you already have the motherboard out, it's a lot easier to install as much parts as you can on it outside of the case, and then whatever you have to install, you put it inside there. So we're going to start off with the CPU. Like I said, you can follow my guide or follow your manual. Either way is fine. Alright, so the good thing about shooting videos is you can edit it. So obviously I'll edit it a little bit before I messed up, and I'll go ahead and do that. You guys want to check out the motherboards? Let's see. So this is my old motherboard, the Rog Strix X870e-h gaming Wi-Fi. And Asus was nice enough to give me this board, the Asus ROG Strix X870e-h gaming Wi-Fi 7. Technically, even though the H is higher than the E, this is the better board, the better tier, let me say. So if it was the X870e, it would be a tier above this one. This is the tier below, but it doesn't mean it's a worse motherboard or it's a bad motherboard. So there's some key differences since this is the next gen. This one comes with Wi-Fi 7, included in the name. This one has the Wi-Fi 6E. As you can see, The VRMs have been redesigned to be thicker. Look at that. So I don't know if you could tell much. I mean, these are pretty thick too, but look at, sheesh. So that'll spread heat better. And then so CPU is gonna be 7950X3D. We have this V color RAM. It has Asus Rog on there, 7000 millihertz DDR5. And also, what's new with this is quick release for the NVMe's. Look at that. So you don't even need tools. Bam. Easy. Look at this one. I might have to unscrew it. I know it's not that bad. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's nice to have better features and easier features to do it yourself. So like I said, look, this one I can even do with one hand. Boom. I can install the NVMe's there. Or this is going to be my main NVMe. I can install it there. For the last generation, it's held in by screws, so I'm going to have to unscrew that. I definitely can't do it one-handed. And right here as well. I have two NVMe's in this board. I have I think it's a 512 gigabyte NVMe for the OS, and then 4 terabyte Samsung Pro, the 980 for my storage and for everything else. And surprisingly, I still need more. So I'm going to go ahead and install the CPU, the RAM, and the NVMe into this one. And since this is the behind the scenes IR Explorer, I'll try to get to the chat as much as I can. You guys might not see it as good as when I record, but you'll get to watch the finished product when it is that time. Okay. So I'll be going back and forth with both cameras. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Like I said, I don't want to ignore you guys on purpose, but I'm gonna have to sometimes because this is what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. So we're going to install the CPU right here in this motherboard. I'm going to go ahead and remove this just because I do have a... Three, two, one, go. So we're going to go ahead and install the CPU. It is a 7950X3D. There's a little latch right there. You just pull it to the right, pull up, install your CPU, and then you remove this top part here. But since I have this, it's not really needed, if we're being honest. But since I have this AM5 secure frame, I'm going to go ahead and install it in here. I'm going to have to remove these 4 screws to make sure that this will fit in there. The reason I got this for the 7950X3D is because it has these gaps inside, and thermal plates can get in there, and it makes cleaning it up so much easier. So I got it. It was only like $10 when I purchased it. I'm not too sure how much the prices are. And I'm going to have to switch this frame out. It's for this AIO. That way you can step in there. So I'm just going to have to remove these 4 screws here as well. And we're going to go ahead and get that going. For you guys, if you're just going to install the stock CPU, spreader, then just go ahead and follow that step. Okay. How we doing, chat? What's your name? Zawadiwer says, hey, how you doing? What you doing? I'm watching this from boredom. It's actually pretty cool. Thank you, Kara Coolblum. I'm trying my best to show you guys the process of how I do it. I figured, hey, you guys gotta learn something. I gotta make a little more content, and we get a vibe together. You get to learn more about me. So go ahead and ask any questions you want. Feel free to talk in the chat. Okay. I'm wondering if I should even record me installing it on there, or yeah, okay. I'll just record me myself installing this. You know what? I didn't realize, but it's a lot tougher to live stream and record these videos. I didn't think it was gonna be that much of a challenge, but it's okay. I play Call of Duty. Nice. It's really fun. Yeah, I like to play Call of Duty too. I get down. I think I do. So we're gonna go ahead and remove that. Now, where did I put that tool? So the secure frame comes with a special L wrench to remove the CPU. We'll go ahead and take that off the X670e. Okay, remove that. All 4 screws. Do you guys play Call of Duty on PC or on console? And if you guys have a PC, what are your specs? I'd be interested to know. Let me know what motherboard you have. Let me know if you like Asus or have any Asus products. That'd be good to know too. So let me get my stuff done, and then I'll read the chat right now. And I'm not trying to ignore you guys, but at the same time, my main focus is this video I'm shooting. Alright. Man, I've had this motherboard for a couple years now. Okay. Why is that not coming off? Oh, I see. It's hitting the AIO bracket. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove. Here, I'll show you guys real quick. Let me bring the camera up to you. Okay. It's really fun, sometimes Fortnite, but not most of the time. So look, this bracket that the AIO plugs into is hitting this from point up, so I'm gonna have to remove that. And I might as well remove that back bracket as well. That's as close as I can get with this. Okay. See, I can't go lower. Okay. So I'm removing this mount that holds the AIO or the air tower cooler, whatever fan you get for your your CPU. If your CPU or AIO mounts onto the bracket that comes with the motherboard, then don't remove it. You won't need to do this step. But since I have that AIO, I definitely have to remove it. And I have to do this step. So feel free to skip or to fast forward this part of the video. Alright, so that's there, this is here. That's out of the way. And then, like I said, if you're just going to install the motherboard like this without the contact frame, then you just lift this up, install the CPU, and then pop this off. You pop this cover off right here. And bam, that's how it's in there. But I'm not going to use this part. Since I'm here, I might as well remove this frame. And I'll show you guys that aren't watching this live. I'll show you right now what I did and what I'm doing. So bear with me. If you guys want to put this as you're working on something else, just keep in contact with me. Whatever you guys want. I appreciate you watching and tuning in. I'll zoom in as much as I can when I can, you guys. But for the people that just tuned in, like I said, I'm shooting footage for a video I'm making. So that's my priority. And I'll probably have to mute the video. Alright. So this frame is off. Alright, that's done there. Alright, you guys want to see what I did? Alright. So I went and moved, you can see it in the picture, but that frame right there, I went and removed the stock brackets. You can see it in the picture. They were right here. The reason I did that is because I have to insert this contact frame, the CPU. So the CPU goes first, the contact frame goes above, and then I got to screw it in with these special screws instead of that thing that clamps down. And I like it for my CPU because it helps keep it clean, no thermal paste going in there. And so I have to remove these brackets and these 4 screws. So let me go ahead and put you back in the watching position. So one down. I'm taking this off the bottom bracket. All right. This is out. Put that there for now. Take off the top bracket. And then I'll show you guys right now in the live stream how that turns out. I eventually want to build a whole new PC, so starting off with the motherboard is pretty nice. Next here. Okay, so let me show you guys real quick what I just took off and why. So see, when I'm recording, that's the angle I'm getting. Okay, quick recap. I had removed where the CPU goes in here. This is going to be the new motherboard. This was here. There's two standoffs that were on top where the cooler goes. Remove that. And so the reason I did that is because I want to install this contact frame. Jeez. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. And I removed, this is going to be for the AIO. I removed that from the top and the bottom. This is my old motherboard. The one on the left is the new one. So just getting it ready to, and then this tool came with the contact frame. Okay, so see, that popped off. There's that CPU, and you see how it has the holes in it? That's why I put the contact frame so it doesn't get dirty. And always remember that top left triangle, you see on the square behind it, it's hard to tell, but so this gray corner, it's painted. It lets you know that's the position where that triangle goes. You see how down there it's not painted, bottom left, bottom right, and top right it's not painted, but the top left is. Same with this one, look, top left corner is painted, bottom left, bottom right, and top right are not. So I'm going to go ahead and install this into here. Let me record that footage just because I have to. Sorry guys, this is the behind the scenes though, so please bear with me. Okay. So easy way to remember this, when you install the CPU, the words are going to go up, AMD Ryzen. But if you really want to verify that you're in the right spot, this top left triangle, you see how it's painted, you're going to want to match it up with, let's see. So you see that top left corner, it has painted in gray. The bottom left corner is not painted in. The bottom right's not painted in. Top right is. Sorry, the top right isn't, and the top left is. So that's how you're going to be able to determine how to install in which direction. Like I said, easy way to remember though, for at least you guys, is just make sure the words are facing up. It'll fit right in on this motherboard. And then like even on the back, it has that gold corner. Sorry. There you go. Stop that in. If you had this in, you would have had slapped it in, push this down, and then close it up. I don't have that in. If you have the frame, just go ahead and pop that in like that. We're going to go ahead and tighten the corners. Okay, once they're firm, then go to the next corners. Doesn't really matter which one you do first, but make sure they're all tightened. Okay, and then just do one firm twist. Don't overdo it. One firm twist. One firm twist. Now, if you have a AIO or air tower that needs its own frames, I would recommend taking off the supports now, the little brackets that hold the cooler, and install whatever aftermarket bracket it needs for your fan, because it'll make things a lot easier than doing it in your PC. So that's going to go there. This is going to go here, and then we'll tighten them up. Okay. So I'll just show you guys real quick what step I'm on now. So these brackets need to be tightened on. They're on those holes down there. As you can see, it says CPU up. So pretty easy to install that. And this AIO will mount onto there, and you just screw on the brackets. But until then, like I said, pre-assembly, it's easier to install as much as you can onto the motherboard out of the PC case than onto it. So I'm going to go ahead and screw these 4 onto that bracket there. Make sure it says CPU up, and then on this one it says CPU down. Asus tries to make it foolproof, but we'll see. Okay. So take off the screws, line the holes, make sure it says CPU up. Just tighten it a little to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, because you want to make sure both holes are lined up before you firmly tighten it. Alright, so this one I can firmly tighten because the other one I got halfway screwed in, and they're both lined up. Alright, and when you're tightening things, you don't want to overdo it. Maybe once it hits a firm snug, either leave it like that or just do one little extra tighten, and don't force anything. Jeez. Alright, and then this one. Oh, I lost the screw, guys. GG's! But it's one thing that sucks about working on carpet, too. No way! I'll find it right now. Let me go ahead and put this one down. Now it's right over that hole. My screwdriver has a magnetic tip, so like I said, do it about halfway, a couple turns. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my god, goodness gracious. So embarrassing. Not on the behind the scenes. So now you guys see what it takes to record these damn videos. And bro, this video will probably be like 5 to 15 minutes. And it takes hours to record. Because you gotta make sure you get the lighting right, the angles right. Found it. Found it. Freaking hate carpet, bro. It is what it is, and I'm renting. Alright, so those brackets are secured. My CPU is ready. Alright. Contact frame in. Cooler brackets in. Let's see. Anyone have anything to say? Nope. Kara Colburn's the last one. I hope you guys are having a good one. Hit that like button if you can. It helps out my stream, helps out my channel. Okay. And then the next step is going to be the RAM. Oh my gosh, I've been recording. I forgot to hit stop before. No, it's alright. So RAM. I'll show you guys the RAM right now. Take it out of the case. Now, I know RAM is worth a lot, so I don't know how much this RAM is worth. Give me a second, guys. Look, I'll show you something cool. Literally, the only reason I bought this RAM was one, the silver goes nice with the white and black, and two, like, let me see if I could show you guys. Look at this. It has the ROG logo on it, and since I was doing an all Asus build, I figured I'd get the one with the ROG logo. Look, can you see it? Wow. And I thought I was paying for a lot, but shit. Now it's not worth that bad. Okay. I had to make sure I got that. Get some footage for later. Okay. The next step I recommend is installing the RAM into your motherboard. Since it's already out, it'll make things a lot easier. Just go ahead and line up on the, let me see. It doesn't have a color here, but normally it's the second and the fourth one. Let me double check the manual. I'm like 80% sure I'm right. Yeah, let me see, A2 and B2. Jeez. Memory configuration, 2 DIMMs. A2 first, B2 first. Okay. I thought so, but hey, it doesn't hurt to double check. You guys hear that? Better to double check than run into issues down the line. So we're gonna go ahead and install this RAM. You just line it up. Alright. And once you get that first one lined up, you can just match the second one. Same way. So on this one, I see the XSky is on the top right and the Asus Rog is on the bottom left. There's some fingerprints. And like I said, since we have the components out, it's okay to clean it. And I ran out of leather gloves. Normally I do my builds on my recording with latex gloves on. And then you want to make sure that clicks in. And you're good. Bam! RAM's done. I'll show you guys right now. Let me show my, let me get my footage in. Okay. All right. Check this out, guys. So CPU installed, the cooler brackets installed. We just put in the RAM. Remember, A2 and B2 slot. Always check your manual if you have any questions. We're gonna do the NVMEs next. I was already telling people previously, but look, this is a new feature. You push this and bam, NVMEs come off. Compared to this one, I have to unscrew it and then put it on there. You see the screws are there. So it's kind of annoying, but hey, if they added new features, then why not? Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna record real quick, so bear with me, you guys. Sorry. Okay. Remember, I'm not ignoring the stream, but I am recording footage for a video, so I have to focus my priority on that footage, but I'll get to you guys watching the stream whenever I can, as quick as I can. All right. Okay. Okay. After installing the CPU and the RAM, we're going to go ahead and install the NVMe. And one thing I want to showcase about this new motherboard is that it has the easy M2 release, where I just push a button, this pops off, bam. So if I wanted to put the NVMe down there, I can. This is where I'm going to have my OS. Push the lever, it pops off. For the X670e-h, it is held on by 2 screws. on each spot you want to have NVMe. So that makes it a little more difficult. It's not the end of the world, but it's nice to have these new features, and I love when they make everything easier for PC builders. Cut. Sheesh. I feel like that was a good take, guys. I feel like that was a good take. Okay. Can you guys see everything good? Is audio sounding good? Hit that stop button. Alright, let me see. Alright, sorry guys. Go ahead. Let me get good footage of popping this off. So look, bam. Snaps in, clicks, snaps in, clicks. I'm gonna have to remove the screws on the NVMe instead of just clicking it in. Game changer. Do you guys like that feature? Let me know. Comment below. Yeah, let me know. I honestly love that. Anything that makes life easier for us PC builders. Easier, faster. Why not? Okay. So we're gonna record me removing the screw from here. Look at that, I gotta use a screwdriver. I gotta grab an extra tool. How terrible. Let me grab a smaller bit. See, I already got to switch out bits. This is already more work than the quick release. And I'll show you guys the difference right now. But as you can see, let me try the 2.5 bit. I already had removed this one and put it back on like nothing. Alright, perfect size. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can tell. On here, I gotta go ahead and unscrew it. Yank that off. Jeez, the thermal paste. So look, this one has screws. Sorry. This one has screws that you have to unscrew. And on the new one, to remove that piece, you just click that. Okay. This motherboard does have the NVMe quick latch. So that way you can just pop it off pretty easily. And then we'll go ahead and put this back on here because this keeps your NVMe cool. This little thermal pad inside. So when I build in this again, I'll have that. Okay. And then we have the screws in this one. I'm trying to remember where I have the NVMe at. Is it at the bottom one? We'll find out. So okay, as you guys can see, this one I gotta remove with the screwdriver. Okay, and then I have the other NVMe there. I got lucky. Fine. Okay, let me show you guys real quick what we're working with. I have the OS installed on the Predator, 512 gigabytes, GM7000. And then I have the Samsung 990 Pro, It's VNAND SSD, 4 gigabytes, Gen 4, both are Gen 4. So as you guys saw, I had to unscrew that. On this one, look, so that's where this NVMe goes. You just push down that lever and pop it in. And they both got this latch. Instead of screwing it in, you just push it down and bam, it should pop up the NVMe. I don't know why this one's kind of stuck. I'm gonna have to use both hands. Give me a second, guys. Okay, can you see? Perfect. All right, baby. Switching on live again. She's upstairs. She'll probably do a part seeker right now. Alright, let me just double check to make sure I have the right name for it. It's the M2 quick release. Shit, what are those brackets called? I want to get the name right just because they gave me this motherboard, so I don't want to get the name wrong. Jeez. But let me put away this part. This can go in here. This in here. These 4 screws go with that bracket, just so I don't lose this. This goes in here as well. That's a Wi-Fi cable. Let's see. I'm sure it's called the M2 Quick. Jeez. Sorry, guys. You want the behind the scenes? This is the behind the scenes. It's not all glitz and glamour behind this camera. I'm sure it's called the M2 Quick Latch. But I don't want to get the name wrong. M2 Quick Latch. Alright. Since I want to try to get as much right as I can. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Then we record that segment real quick. Both motherboards come equipped with that M2 quick latch or quick release. There you go. Pops up the NVMe. You just pull it out. Bam. And for some reason, this one is freaking stuck in here. I want to break my NVMe. Is this thing like warp in here? Also don't want to mess up my motherboard. Just got wet. This gets stuck. It is supposed to just pop up like nothing. There you go. Oh, it's the pad. I had a thermal pad on the back, so it was pretty much holding it in, but check that out. Jeez. Acer Predator, Gen 4. I don't have any Gen 5 stuff, sorry guys. So all these heat spreaders are kind of overkill for my build. Let me go ahead and put this back since... So look at that. I might have to screw it back in instead of quick releasing it. Now I gotta line up these screws. See how more difficult that is? I'll show you guys right now the quick release, the M2 quick release. Okay. So I don't think I got that one in the right spot. Jeez. old technology. Alright, that one's in the right spot. Let me tighten it just a bit, just so you can align things a little better. Okay, so that one's tightened. Okay. Alright, that's where that goes. Now let's put this one where it goes. Like I said, line them up to the spots they're supposed to go in. So far, I'm liking that quick latch way better. Alright, we'll screw in this side just a tiny bit, just to kind of hold it in position. I think I have it in the hole. Okay. So I had just let a little bit of the screw stick out with the screwdriver pointing down, just so I can line it up in the hole. I'm gonna have to do the same on this side. And so I have to worry about two motherboards right now. You guys would just worry about one if you were just installing, unless you're doing the swap. Okay. Bam. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. Oh. So that took me a bit, right? I had to line up the holes. I had to unscrew them, line up the holes, screw them back in. Like with this one. Bam. Hit that. Easy. It's open. Push that down, click it in. Look, I can do it with one hand. Down here, bam. So, that's pretty sweet. And this one has 3 PCIe slots. This one only has 2, but it does have the faster internet, so I won't have to worry about upgrading that. So look, 1, 2. This one has 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to see PCI 16 by 3. Just showing you guys the difference. PCI 16. Okay, Gen 4. I'm sure that one's Gen 5. Okay, so PCIe 4, PCIe 5. Alright guys, let me go back to recording. Okay. Let me lower this a little bit. Okay, that should be the perfect shot. Okay. With the X870e-h, it has the new M2 quick release where I don't have to use any tools. I just go ahead and press the latch and it pops right off. So we're gonna put my OS right here. It's the Gen 4. And then I guess I'm about to install the, push that back, bam, quick latch. The M2 quick latch is there. No tools needed. Make sure you take off the film for the thermal pad. And look, same thing. Just line this up, connect it in, push it down. So much easier. Look at that. This NVMe. We'll go ahead and is there a certain name that this needs to go in? Push that in. Pull this down. Bam. Perfect. And then that just slaps right in. And this will go on top, so I'll go ahead and remove this top one. Okay, let me get some more footage just to make it look better, or in case I want to use some B-roll. God damn, I'm gonna have to. Let me go ahead and unscrew this. Okay. So just so I can get a good video, a good shot. Pop this down. Down. Make sure that's off. Put that in. Put that in. Bam. Same with this one. Pops off. Pops in. Slaps on. Slaps in. So easy I could do it one-handed. It's crazy. Like the hole. Bam. Sheesh! Look at that. So the NVMe is installed. What do you guys think? Come on, you guys gotta let me know what you think. I was able to do that with one hand. One-handed is crazy. Alright, so that's pretty much all I can do outside the motherboard. Okay. Let me see. CPU, RAM, NVMe, quick release, quick flow. Okay, quick slide 6. Insert the cooling system. Fan. Insert the motherboard onto the chases. Yeah, that's if it's a tower. I want to be able to, alright, install the motherboard into the chases. I mean, that's the next logical step. You guys want to check out the motherboards before I put it in there, side by side, one more time. As you can see, this is the new motherboard. RAM's in, CPU's in, NVMe's are in. This one I took everything off. It's gonna go away for now, but I'll probably build a streaming PC. And this motherboard will be in the streaming PC. This one will be in my gaming one. This is my old gaming one, but time to test out this one. Okay, and this one had the 3 PCIe slots. This one only has 2. This has the M2 quick releases, so not bad. This isn't RGB, it lights up. This one does not. This one, the LAN port is 5 gigabits per second. This one goes up to 2.5. It has the Wi-Fi antennas, the quick connects. This one is just screw on, annoying. This is a lot more do-it-yourself friendly. It's got USB 4, so it does 40 gigabits per second on the USB-C cable. Anything else? The VRMs are thicker on this. That's all I can think of for now. Okay, let's go ahead and install this into the motherboard. Sheesh. Okay. Okay, gonna go ahead and try to. Whoa. Okay, let me go ahead and scoot this back just a little bit. Gotta refocus my camera. Okay. 3. Sorry. Jeez, why is my camera so creepy? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. So we installed all the son of a bitch. Alright, take 2. 3, 2, 1, go. So we went ahead and installed all the components that we could with the motherboard outside of the case. But now we're gonna have to go ahead and install it into the motherboard case. It has 9 screws, 3 on top, 3 in the middle, and 3 on bottom. And the holes are on the PC case, so it's easy to line up. I'll show you guys how to do that right now. I'm wondering if I should lay this on the back. It would be a lot easier for you guys to lay the PC case on its back, install it like that. But since I'm recording, I'm trying to think what would look best visually. So if you guys are recording or installing this at home, lay the PC case on its back and put in the 9 screws. Alright, alright, alright. Like I said, it's probably going to be super tough for me to record this like this. Okay. Fuck, this thing is heavy. This thing is heavy. It's like 40 pounds. I have to carry this up and down the stairs, you guys. Terrible. But hey. Son of a bitch. I forgot I unscrewed that. Whoa. There's the plastic door that holds in that covers some of the wires. I'll show you guys the back in a bit. Let me go ahead and I kind of wanted to take that off anyway, so. Woo! Damn! That shit's heavy. Sheesh. Alright, you guys are probably not going to get any of the good action right now. Let me see if I could get a good angle right here. Let me try like this, actually. Alright, so in a panorama shot as well. show you guys live viewers real quick what I'm about to do. So this motherboard has screws. See, there's one that goes there, one goes there, one goes there. It's those little metal circles. So the 3 on the bottom, 3 in the middle, 1 on the right, 1 center right-ish on the left, and then top left, top right, and top center right-ish. So 3, 3, 3, that's 9. You're gonna want to go ahead and line them up here. You see how there's 3, 1, 2, 3. The center 1, 2, 3, and then the bottom 1, 2, 3. And you're gonna want to make sure that the little I/O panel on the left goes tucked into there. So you're gonna want to put that in first and line up the holes. Unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to see too much of that, but if you watch the actual video, you'll be able to check it out. Dang, Elijah says, "Dang, what's up, bro? What up, Elijah? How's it going? Just filming some content and live streaming it so you guys could see what's going on." I know we haven't gamed in a while, bro. Alright, so let me record this. Pretty much what I told you guys I'm going to explain in the video, but I'm just showing you guys the behind the scenes. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. To install the motherboard into the PC case, you'll see that there's 1, 2, 3 holes on the bottom. There's a little metal ring around them. In the center, we have 3 holes as well. 1, 2, 3. And on the top, let's see if I can do the angle. 1 right there, 2 right there, 3. As you can see, that's more center right-ish, but we got 1 on the left, center right-ish, and right. You'll go ahead and line that up in this PC case right here with this 1, the center right-ish, and then 3. That's the bottom. The middle has the same thing. 1, 2, 3. And the top. 1, 2, 3. Easy, right? You got to make sure that your I/O ports are lined up in this box here. Look at that. So that's square. You're going to want to line this up right here. So insert that first, and then screw in the screws. Alright. I haven't seen you in a long time. I know, bro. I haven't streamed in a while, but I have been uploading videos. So, I mean, feel free to check those out. I know they're not your thing as well, but how you been, man? I appreciate you tuning in. Okay, let's see if I can capture it. Oh, this might be the perfect angle, actually. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. And we're recording. I'll probably use this as, I'll mute the sound and put music over anyway, so we good. So remember, this square here, you're going to want to make sure that goes on the left here. The only problem with me is I already have everything pre-wired and pre-connected, so I got to make sure nothing gets tucked under the motherboard. Everything's going to have to go over, because then that's just going to be a hassle I got to deal with later. Alright, those wires are all up. CPU, fan, this 24 pin, USB wire, CPU wire, fan wires, ARGB hub. Okay, and like I said, make sure that this is pushed into the left. Nothing is blocking you. Okay, that's there. You want to push, like physically push it left. Give you a little resistance, and make sure these holes are lined up, like I talked about earlier. Alright, so these 3 are, let me check the top middle. The middle section, not. Oh, there you go. Ooh. Okay, got it, guys. Let me go ahead and check the top. And I just gotta push it just a little bit to this side. And when I screw it in, I'll probably screw in this right side pushed, so that way everything's lined up perfectly. Heck yeah, bump it. You did good. You should stream the new Zombies map. Yeah, I definitely will. We should play it sometime too. I like it. It's Nuketown, but they added a little more to it. All right. Go ahead and record that. Oh, stop. Okay. All right. So I went ahead and pushed that I/O port on the left and made sure it's snug in there. And the motherboard kind of clicked when I aligned these holes. I don't know if you can see that well, but the holes are aligned. And so now I'll just need the motherboard screws. Also, if they're a little unaligned when you're screwing it in, or if it's a little to the right, just go ahead and push the motherboard a little to the left while screwing in the right screws first. And then after you hit these 3 right screws, go ahead and connect these left corner ones and then middle. And if it's a little unaligned, don't tighten them too much. Just keep making sure that everything is pretty much lined up so that way everything is fitting perfectly and there's no weird hassles. Okay. So I'm going to record myself screwing in the screws. I don't know if I'm going to put it in the actual video, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to have it in there, right? All right. That's in. Okay, that's back lined up. Let me see. Spinning. Okay. Let that record. And luckily for me, I had put these motherboard screws down here. Like I said, I'll do the 3 on the far right first, just so I can make sure everything is lined up. You should stream the new zombie. Oh yeah, I read that. Heck yeah. How far have you gotten on the zombies map? I kind of tried the Easter. Let me see. This screw's actually good for this map. I need my old bit I was using. Let me see if it's easier with this. Yeah, okay. So like I said, start with the right side. This one's pretty good. I'm not going to screw it in all the way just yet. About halfway, just to make sure everything is lined up. I know I'm repeating myself, but hey, maybe I'm telling myself more than I'm telling you guys, right? So halfway. Halfway. Okay. And I mean, all my holes are lined up perfectly, but always double check. I'm gonna do the middle 3 vertically, not horizontally, just because I wanted to make sure that everything's lined up perfect. It'd be easier to line up the left side, I feel like, than the right side, because that's the one that gets pushed away due to it being in that little hole. Right. So about halfway. About halfway. And then this one halfway. All right. And then let me just go check that hole's aligned, that hole's aligned, and that hole's aligned. Jeez, got it perfect on my first try. Hopefully I put the right motherboard in. Imagine I put the old one. Oh man, that'd be hilarious. Jeez. Nah, but I already had all the parts installed, so it'd be hard to mess that up. But it'd be funny though. Okay, and then this screw would be the tough one. I'm just going to go ahead and tighten this one all the way since the other one's already lined up. And I can see that this whole side is lining up. Okay. Okay.
Let's go back on that side now. Progress, guys. Progress.
Okay. Now go this way. Go ahead and shorten this just so I can, because it's hitting the frame and it's going to screw in crooked. We don't want it to screw in crooked.
That'll be bad. So I'll just go ahead and do that.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but okay, I'm doing pretty good. We got the CPU installed, we got the NVMe's installed, we got the RAM installed, we got the motherboard in the case. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the rest that I left about halfway, just so there was wiggle room to install this motherboard. Okay. You guys proud of my work? I'm proud of my work. Maybe get better lighting in here, that's about it, but I'll read the chats right now. I need one more screw.
Okay.
All right. Let me report on that one real quick, just the 9 screws to show how it is. Okay, let's see. Actually, you know what? Let me stand it up. Give me a quick second, guys. I'm just gonna stand it up so it gets better lighting in there, and it's easier for me to record. So see, you guys have the luxury when you build PCs, you can lay it on its back. I have to record. It makes it a lot more difficult. So laying it down was easy. Let's see how picking it up is going to be. 1, 2, 3. Woo! All right. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. All right, these screws are still in here. Like a little rattling back there. What the heck was? I don't like to hear rattling, guys. Oh, and since I have that back piece off, I'm gonna go ahead and dust off these fans real quick. You see streams. Is there no mic mount? No way. That's crazy. Dust off these is crazy. Oh yeah, you can. You scared me, bro. You scared me, bro. It's just quiet. Oh yeah. No, I bet it's quiet. Well, dude, the mic I'm using, I'm using for the actual footage on this microphone. So, sorry guys, I can't afford 2 mics. I'm broke. I got this wool brush, and I keep my finger here so I know where I haven't dusted. Look at all this dust in the air. Delicioso. And so dust that. Since when you're building your PC anyways, it's nice to clean it out. You have everything apart, might as well. So let me see, straight down here. Can you guys see the dust in the air? I don't think the camera on that phone is that good. Also, that's my Note 8, so it might not be the best, but I figured, hey, you know what? I'll use it to record. And we'll start here. Look at that, man. It's all dusty. Sacrifices. Sheesh. And I just got this little wool brush, detailing brush, but I use it for my PC case. How much do you charge for this service? For you, since I built your PC, free. For anyone else, I don't know. Add $100 to their PC case, or to their PC case, to their PC build. I might do it for free anyways, just because I could use it for content. But you have to be okay with my rushing me. That's the only parameter. So free. Might take a week or two. If you pay me and you don't want it to take that long, I won't record it. I'll just do the service and then give it back to you. But like I said, since I'm here, I might as well clean up my stuff. Because man, it's all dusty. It's all dusty in here. And like I said, I'm doing this because I have everything out anyway, so I might as well. And then when I turn on the fan, it's gonna blow all this dust. That's loose anyways. But it's good to clean your PC every once in a while, at least once a year. I'm sure you haven't cleaned your PC, Matt, and because you've gotten it. And by clean, I mean dust it out. And that's because this case has a bunch of mesh everywhere too, so you can only imagine how much worse it would be. Jeez, this thing is dusty. Yeah, it's been over a year since I cleaned this for sure. My dog is going crazy in the background over there. Jeez, it's not grinding in the background. Okay. Alright. So that's clean. Motherboard is in. You guys want to see how the motherboard looks real quick? Okay. Because I'm about to shoot that for B-roll anyways. Alright, so this is how the... Can you blow air? Yeah, you can blow air. That's what I was going to do after. But I hit it with the brush so it can loosen up all that dirt. And then, sheesh. Sorry, I'm not trying to show too much of my layout. Look. This side sucks. Look. This side blows air. So it's not really good to spin your fans like crazy. But since I just dusted it off, take all that out. Oh, and there goes my detail brush. Anyways, so I have that brand. Nice. As you can see, remember those 9 screws I was telling you about to hold the motherboard? There's one there, bottom left, bottom mid right, bottom right, mid left, mid right, mid right, and the top right, top mid right behind that VRM, and then in that corner right there. Can't really see that good because of this phone. Can't capture the dark that good, but it's there. Right on the left of the CPU. Let me see if I can get a better angle on the light. Jeez, I guess not. You just gotta believe me. You just gotta believe. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. Okay. Let me record that because I'll be over here. Okay, what time is it? 6:03. Alright, not bad. Video. All right, so we got the motherboard in the case. Perfect. Perfect. Let me see, what else? What's the next step? Motherboard in the case. Connect the chases, fan, or ARGB headers. Don't connect the power supplies. Connect power cables to the motherboard. All right. I'm gonna have to record right now. Give me a quick second. Let me see. Okay, let me lower this. Okay. The next thing you're going to want to do in the build, now that you have the motherboard inside, is connect the front panel the front panel IOs, all the stuff you need there, like the headphone jack, audio jack, pretty much all the bottom stuff. I would recommend plugging in the 24-pin latch for the motherboard. I use that to hide the rest of the cables because it's so thick. I'll put it in front of the cables that I have in the back. As everyone has different PC cases, everyone has different routes. But as you can see here, I pretty much channeled everything through this middle route right here. The CPU and the rear fan go through here. That's why I was saying, if you kind of have an idea to pre-plan ahead, that'd be great. But I know a lot of people, it's your first time building PCs as well, and it's hard. So I would just recommend, as you can see, the front panel stuff, where the power button is, the headphone jacks, USB-Cs, USB 3s. I would recommend doing that first because you would just go ahead and bring that down here towards the center and under down here. It's going to be all these down here. That way, you kind of have an idea of how the layout of the wires are going to be. So you would have that center frame. Okay, now I can stick the rest of these wires. But for first, we're going to go ahead and focus on these bottom wires, which go right here to the front panel. Power button, headphone jacks, all that. All right, have fun. So that's the process. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get a little closer. Get close, and so that way I can go ahead and plug this in. Someone's gonna walk by right now, so I might as well wait to record. You can go, just go. I am live streaming, but just to let you know, they can hear you. You're fine though. You're gonna make coffee right now or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a cigarette first.
Oh, okay, perfect. If you can have that cigarette, that's perfect because I could go ahead and plug these in and record.
Can you give me the leash?
Sure.
Because I have somebody following me. You didn't hear her up there barking at me?
Yes, I heard her. And these, be careful running around.
He wants you to put it up.
I don't want you to knock this down. Good girl. Did she have her? She didn't have her harness on, did she?
She should. Lord, to the
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in those panels right now. Anybody have any questions? Also, let me know what type of motherboard you have. That'd be pretty great to know. Any of your PC specs, your build specs, tell me now. Now that I'm going to be occupied, go ahead and fill that in the chat. All right, so we're going to go ahead and connect. Sorry, I have to have it angled this way so I can get good lighting for this footage here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see. What do I have down here? We have the audio, the HD audio of one. Man, these cables are so thin. Alright. much know where these go. It does say on there the HD audio has a familiar setup, but always check your motherboard to double check. So that HD audio is the bottom left. See, like the front panel audio header, it has that gap missing, so you don't gotta worry about that. And then these are some of my fans, 4-pin fans. Easy. One of my ARGB headers goes down here, as you can see. It's one of the white ones. And my USB, where do the USBs go? There are these right here. Oh man, I might have to pull these out a little. Okay. It's missing a bottom right pin, so it's easy to tell. Like I said, if you have questions, oh, I hit that perfect. Okay, this one. Let me see if I can hit it perfect, or I might have to. Oh my goodness gracious. I'll show you guys right now. Damn, Daniel. I hear my dog going crazy in the background. We have a park behind our house, so. Okay. HD audio, fan case. Oh my gosh. HD audio plugin, fan chases. What was that? It's the fan hub right there, the ARGB fan hub that controls all my ARGB on most of my setup. We got 2 USB plugins right there. So that was easy, get that out of the way. Alright, you guys want to see the live people want to see? I know, I'm sorry. I don't like to treat you guys like second fiddle, but this video is very important. I probably would have already been done with this video, but I decided to do a behind the scenes just to show you guys the steps. Alright, so look. I added my cousin as a moderator because I trust him. So look, I added the HD audio. That's some of my fans. ARGB for the fan hub. And I'll show you right now in the back. These are for the USBs, probably in the front right here. Like I said, everything goes connected there. Look it, so that's the ARGB from this one here. It goes to all my fans are connected there, all my lights. Sheesh, that way it all gets controlled. So all these fans, and then I have one in here, get connected. All that works up there. All right, what's the next step? Next step would probably be to plug in the CPU. That's gonna be a little annoying, but it is what it is. All right, let's get that going. Oh, let me zoom in, nice. Okay. So next, you're gonna want to go ahead and plug in the power for the CPU. As you can see, this one has 8. So I'm gonna go ahead and look, there's 4 here, 4 here, 4 there, and 4 there. So that makes 16 in total, 8 for each socket. We'll go ahead and plug that in. All right. It's on this top left. I don't know if you guys can see in the video. This is gonna be a little pain. See, the one thing that's nice about doing it not pre-built or pre-structured is that the wires are all loose. I have them all tightened, so it looks nice, but at the same time, make sure it clicks in. All right, so that one's in, easy, no stress. Let me try the next one, and the next one.
my shit. Oh, the first one I did so perfect. Come on, let me. Oh. So the first four on the left, push in. I haven't put them in just yet, but push socket in. Alright. This one I can't get in yet. Like I said, normally for you guys, it'd be a lot easier because the wires would be looser. You wouldn't have to tighten them or anything. But me, the genius that I am, don't want to mess up the wiring that I have already pre-built in the other videos. Oh, okay, perfect. So got it in. That clicked in. And it has a hole up here. Just this top part, I feel like, is a little looser than the bottom part. Perfect. Clicked in. Alright. Got my CPU socket plugged in. Bam. Dang, I still got it. Alright. That's good. Since we're focusing on CPU. Alright. Just checking the packs. My cousin's eating pho. Alright, it's good to know. Alright, we'll just trigger down so I can center my gimbal. Alright, I got the record. Okay, anyways. And action. Alright, so we got the CPU power plugged in. I had 16, you might have less. Whatever you have, just plug them in. Some people have 12. Some people have only 8. That's fine. Next, we're going to go ahead and plug in the pump since we're doing CPU stuff. And if you just have a regular fan, you can go ahead and put it in CPU fan. It'll be this top left one here. It's just covered. But since I have an AIO, you see where it says AIO pump? It's going to be this third one right here. I'll go ahead and take off this rubber cover. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Sorry, guys. Alright, give me a second. And see, the power of editing, I'll just redo that. I'll just show it taking off, and then I'll just explain in the video that I had to use 2 hands. Oh man. What the heck is this grip made out of? I don't want to bend the pins either. I'm gonna have to use tweezers. Sons of biscuits. Ooh, my top fans are dirty too. I wanted to clean those up. Look at this. Ugh. Anyways. Got it. Woo! Alright. Alright, so I went ahead and removed the rubber cover off that AIO pump, as you guys can see. Nice. So we're going to go ahead and install the pump. It powers there. You're going to have to plug it into there. This pump is easy. You just connect 4 corners here and screw on. Oh my gosh, why is my phone doing this? Okay. You guys want to see before I do it? So I went ahead and removed that rubber cover where it says AIO pump. Freaking camera. Now you see those 4 pins up there? And I'm going to mount this here on the 4 screws. And then that way I don't have to worry about the CPU. That could be out the way. Oh yeah, and then I have this down here I need to go ahead and plug in. Can't forget that. Okay, let's get that going real quick. See how I'm gonna record that.
Okay. System. Yeah. Get this. All right. Okay, so let me see. How am I going to record this? Okay. And then my mom and my dog's in here, so I'm going to let them do their thing and then I'll record this clip. What are you going to do right now, Mama?
Just give me coffee and go back upstairs.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking that way I know what to do. All right, guys. Quick Q&A. Let me get the stuff I need ready. So I'm gonna need the screws that mount in the AFO. They're right here. Bam. Not only am I gonna need that, I'm gonna need the thermal paste.
Which I have
Right here. I like to use Arctic. It's MX4. It's an older one, but it works so good. I'm sure I don't need to buy the new MX5. I will eventually though when this goes to run out. And then also, since I'm waiting, I'm gonna clean off the old thermal paste that was on the pump because I'm gonna have to. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's a little older. The way we could do that is I'll grab a Q-tip, put some alcohol on it, and then it gets clean. Okay, where did I put the alcohol? I think I left it down here. Okay. So just get a little alcohol, put it where the hole is, and I just put my finger there. Hopefully try not to make a mess. I did it this time, let's go. Okay.
you don't need too much, just enough.
To soften up this. Thermal paste, since it's been through a lot, it's kind of cooked on there, so I needed this re-thermal pasting anyways. It's a good thing we're doing it. So look at that, it all comes off. All comes off. Just with some alcohol and a Q-tip, it'll do wonders. And then I have that paper towel. Just wipe off the excess. Like wiping your butt. Make sure you get everything. You don't want to leave no skid marks, right? Alright. So that's clean. That's ready to get prepped. Let me see. What else? So I pre-installed the brackets onto this. Also, the motherboard already has some brackets. So depending on, you don't gotta hide, Mom. Depending on what cooler you use will depend on how it mounts onto there. But like I said earlier, it's easier to install it onto there once the motherboard is out. But if you didn't, now's the time. I'm gonna go ahead and explain that in this video anyways. Just giving you guys a heads up so you guys can know what I'm doing. Okay. Alright. We got the game. So the next step was to install the CPU. If your current AIO has a bracket, go ahead and put that on there. Oh my gosh, take one or take two and action.
So we went ahead and installed the CPU power.
Now, like I said, we're doing this. You're gonna want to apply your thermal paste onto here, unless your cooler has it on there. I had to wipe it off. But if it's already pre-applied on there, then you don't gotta worry about putting it on there. You just align your cooler onto the brackets. Remember, I said if you can, pre-install the brackets on there while the motherboard is out. If not, do whatever the AIO or the tower cooler tells you to do. Follow their instructions, and if it already comes pre-pasted, slap it on there. If not, I'm gonna put a glob of thermal paste on here, just a dot pea-sized shape, and it should be good to go. All right, let me put that thermal paste on. Everyone's got different coolers, so everyone's gonna do different things. Okay, let's see. I said about pea-sized. Anything more is overkill and will make a mess. Some people have a little spreader. Let's see. Like I think I put too much. Oh no! Fuck! It's because gravity. I have vertically mounted, so drip. No fear. Q-tip it if you can. If not, Q-tip and alcohol will do. Here. Let me just put some alcohol on here just to rub it off. See, the only thing that sucks about doing this and recording
Is that
gravity makes things a lot harder. Unnecessarily. Alright, I put a little bit of alcohol so it can wipe off. And we'll probably put it in there. Yes. Oh, embarrassing. Right. Let me just record that real quick. I'll show you guys too. And record. Too much. Okay. Just to show you guys, you don't need too much on there. Just a little dab. If it's too big for your rig, it's too big for your PC rig. So see? And it's got a little hangage. It's fine though. That's why we got that contact frame. So it keeps things clean. If not, that CPU would have been dirty inside. And this goes straight like this. I'm not gonna record me putting this on just because everyone's cooler is different.
bam, bam. This one goes up. Also, it might be easier on your setup just because this thing spins too.
gravity. I would recommend laying this flat. Okay. I'm not going to tighten it. I'm just putting this on there just so I can align it. Remember, you don't want to tighten anything till you know for sure it's perfectly aligned. And the way you know it's perfectly aligned is if everything fits perfectly. Okay. Sorry. Like I said, normally I would have it laying flat, make things much easier. But I'm going to be recording, so I have to have it in presentation mode. And this one down here. Where'd that screw go? Did it fall off? Oh no. Sounds a beast. It's right there. Thank goodness gracious. Alright. This one. Okay. So we'll make sure this is pushed up. That way it's making direct contact with the CPU. And when you do this, you're going to want to go ahead and get every corner too. So this top left corner. Put it halfway a little more. This bottom right corner. Just so each side is making contact with the CPU. This top right corner. This bottom left corner. And then we'll go ahead and tighten everything. Now that it's positioned. Alright, let's tighten it. We'll tighten the top right one. Oh. And that locked into place. We'll do the top left one. Alright, that's all the way tight. And now the bottom right. And I'm gonna go wash my hands because I got thermal paste. I don't want to get thermal paste all over my setup. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? So the AIO is on. Okay, not too shabby. So I have the cooler mounted. I still got to plug it into the AIO pump. What I recommend is, you see how on the inside there's this gap? I'm going to run this wire in between that gap, try to hide it behind the pump on this side, and then have it go up top right there. I'll show you guys how I do that. You guys hear that? The live stream? I'll show you right now. Sorry guys, you guys have been teased too long. So this has to go into the AIO pump header up there. When I plug it in, I'm going to tuck in this wire behind these mounts. That way you can't see it. We'll see how that works. because we try to give the look of everything is wireless, or less the wires, the better. So, okay. So you want to keep that in mind as you do this. Okay, so I was actually able to tuck it in back there now, but it's easier. Plug in your AIO into the AIO channel or whatever. And then this folds in like that. Put it behind this bracket here. Okay, alright. And then this will go behind the RAM. Sometimes you can tuck it into the VRMs right there. Okay. Perfect. Alright, I'll show the live stream real quick and then I'll record it. So remember that wire? It's plugged into that AIO pump right there. Sorry, let me see if I can get better lighting. So it's right there. And look, I tucked it in between the RAM slot and the VRM. And I don't know if you could tell in this angle, but that wire is back there, tucked in. I put it behind the bracket just so it can look prettier. No wires showing. Okay. I went ahead and, oh my gosh, what the? Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. So I went ahead and plugged it into the AIO pump channel. As you can see, I tucked in the wire in between the RAM slot and the VRM right there on top, the heatsink. The wire tucks in behind this bracket and behind the pump, and I kind of squish it a little just so it would stay in between that gap. But as you can see from far away, you can't really notice the wire anyways. But it's nice to tuck in as much wires as you can. Try to make it look as pretty as you can. This just pops on. You just push it in. But since I'm using one hand, I don't want to mess with it, so I'll do it right now. Okay. Making progress, guys, making progress. So this goes like this. It just pops on. Jeez. Giving me a tough time right now. Should put the right side first and then. Alright. It's just supposed to slap right on. Why are you doing this? Wait, what? That makes no sense. So it goes like this. Ah, don't tell me I did it upside down. Yeah, I think I mounted it upside down. This is supposed to. Sons of biscuits. Alright, well, don't do that. Son of a bitch. These fellas are supposed to go down. Down, 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 down. How fun. Alright, well, that's how you were supposed to check twice, guys. I made that rookie mistake. Yeah, now that I think about it, these tubes didn't cover. This is why I don't tell you how to do the AIO, because everyone's AIO rhetorical is different. This is just how to build on the motherboard. And so anyone that has questions, hopefully it's able to help them out at least a little bit. Oh, well, at least the thermal paste will get spread a little better. Alright, so this goes like this. So top right pumps go on the timing edge, setting perfectly too. Oh well. That's at least on my worries. Well, the thermal paste is spreading nicely, so that's good. Okay. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Anybody have any questions? Any comments? Feel free to let me know in the chat. Remember, get the corners in opposite directions. That way, it lines up a little nicely. So I'll do the bottom left corner first, top right corner, then I'll do top left corner and bottom right corner. Just so equal amount of pressure is applied everywhere. Alright, that one's in. Also, that way everything is lined up. You don't want to tighten stuff before it's lined up. That's never good. Oh, man. Yeah, now I know I'm definitely doing it the right way, because this was in the way last time. I remember now. Okay, this one I'm going to do by hand. Tighten as much as I can on my finger, because this one's annoying. And then I'll do the top left, so that way you can evenly spread out the pressure. Okay, that one's tighten as much as I can on my finger. Top left now. Top right, and then bottom left. And then same step, this goes this way. Let me see if I can tighten that bottom one now. And move these pumps to get out of the way. Alright. And then just wire back in. Now that. So we turn it sideways. Okay, that's good. Tuck this in back here. Push this down. All right. Now let's see if this slaps back on. Should now. Yeah, I was like, why isn't it working before? Yeah, so you just push that in. I can do this, but it's not worth the pump. No. Alright. Let's have some there. Same thing, we'll go ahead and tuck this in here. Heck. Let me see. I want since the radiator tubes are much thicker, I want them covering that wire.
Let's see if we put it in here. It doesn't interfere with the quick release.
All right. Oh fuck! I forgot. Okay.
Install the rest of that.
Let's see what else. What else we got?
So now I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the USB 3.0. What is this? The USB Type C, and then the 24 pin. Luckily, I already have my fans and my ARGB ready to go. You guys probably don't have your fans built in yet, so that would probably be last. But hey, we're getting there. And then this is for my GPU. It's for the GPU, but we'll worry about that last. Go ahead and plug in a 24 pin. Everything else, unless you already got your fans installed, then go ahead and plug those in. All right, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. All right, so that's in. Let's go ahead and plug this in. Good. Nothing to go either way. That's plugged in. Now we need CPU fan. Oh no, I forgot. With this motherboard, all the fan headers are down there. This one I have the ARGB and the fan header up here. I have one ARGB header up here, but I might have to move the fan header down there. That's kind of annoying. Alright. And then let me see. Let me see if I can use that was a pain in the butt. Ooh, perfect. To install for me. Kind of covering the power on button. And then 24 pin plus, okay. Go ahead and install that. Perfect. Now push it until you hear it click. Okay, it clicked. All that's there. The only thing we're missing is this freaking fan, which is gonna have to go on the bottom. Bendy! Alright. Did I lose you guys? Or are you guys still watching? Who's tuned in? Let me know. So the only thing is this fan, these fans right here. I had them connected to the front. I'm assuming they're from, I don't even remember where. But I'm going to plug them in down there. So I might have to cut some wires, adjust some wires real quick. Let me see. Now I got a fan hub. Yeah, better. Where is this from? What? It has to be some of my AMD fans I have connected. Dang, they did such a good job of. Okay, let me just shoot that in the video.
Let me shoot that in the video real quick, let them know.
As you guys can see, I have one freaking fan left. The only thing on this motherboard is ARGB was up there. You can see, but I'm going to plug it in down there, so I'm probably going to cut some wires. Son of a biscuit.
Okay. Okay, so let me see what I can do real quick. What time is it? $6:50. It's getting pretty close to that time too. So pretty much I'm just gonna connect that and then probably sign off. Let me double check. I'll be right back. I gotta get back. Alright, grab some clippers. Make sure you don't put no wires, man, because you're going to be in for a long night. Alright, push that done. It's still in there. Alright, I had to cut those zip ties. I had some zip ties holding my game. So let's see what else. That just because this one fan is gonna mess up the whole wiring. I kind of wish they had left that in a similar spot, but oh well. Is it even gonna reach through here? But no way. Let me see. Chase this fan 555 ARGB. They're all on the bottom. It's kind of dumb they didn't put one on top, if I'm being completely honest. But oh well. It's one of the only things I do not like. Okay. Yeah, so I was gonna reach. I'm assuming this powers that back one. Yeah, because it doesn't even go under. No way. Right, I'm gonna have to fix all this just for this one wire. Is crazy. Welcome to PC Gaming, man. Bro, it's gonna put off my whole build. It's gonna ruin the tour. Alright, so there's that. Let me see. Back to here. See, I have everything so perfect. Oh well. Bruh, I don't know how I'm gonna fit. It doesn't fit down there. It's a fan 3. This one's definitely for that rear fan. Which again, I'm gonna have to cut another freaking all my beautiful zip ties and my freaking perfection. All this wiring, I had it so beautifully done. Now I gotta cut it all up. Okay, let me see. For the CPU. Band-Aids. No, my dog is going ham. Right. Don't tell me I might get that one too. Oh my gosh. Terrible. Do I have zip ties in this? Because if I do, that'll make my life a little easier. If not, I'll have to go grab zip ties just because. Okay. Remember, don't cut no wires, guys. That'd be terrible. That would totally ruin my day. Okay, I'm trying to read this where I had it so that way I know what I had zip tied together. And that way, okay, so this wire is the rear one. Oh man, look how ugly that's gonna look. Let me see if I can move it this left side. Jeez. Let me see. Fan. Pieces. One. So I had to connect this one to the bottom. Okay, well, not to read out that. Let me see now that I have it put in. Bruh, this wire is just gonna stick out and mess up the hole. Ah! Let me see if I can connect it down here, and if that'll make things a little prettier. I do got this fine hub. And it looks nicer down here. At this point, I'm just trying to make it look nice. Okay, well, I guess this is better than where it would have been, so I can't complain too much. Alright. This is one of the worst things about PC building too, is cable management. Okay, good. Okay, so that's there. This is here. Tighten that. Get it nice and tight. Give it that crunch feeling. Alright, back over there. Let's see if we can plug this in here. So what's it right here? Hit that there. Okay. Maybe this is a little more salvageable. Okay, hit that there. Hit that there. Let's see. That definitely goes here. Push that in like that. Man, that's a nice work for me, but yeah. Better than nothing, right? Jeez, I got some pretty thick with stuff in it. I don't know if I can put one more wire. It's already thickness. It's already thickness as thickness gets. Let me see. So I can kind of curl that at the end. Jeez, guys. I just messed up my whole life. Bruh. Let's see if I can. But that's one thing that sucks about having a whole bunch of fans is that it's true. Wow. Let's see. Jeez, guys. Messed up my whole life now. This is such a beautiful build. So, let's see if I can just put this in here. Yeah. Alright, maybe. Come on. Bro, is this gonna take me forever? What a way to end the stream, huh, guys? Oh well, this goes to show the realness of PC building. Alright, perfect. I got that through there. Let's see. See if I can get it in here. At least this one. Okay. I can keep my finger in here. Okay, guys, I think I finally got it. Jeez, all this for Velcro and wire management is crazy. You guys hit that like button? Jeez. Come on, I almost got it. Okay, so I got that through there. Let me see if I can, put it through here. Okay, got it. Woo! Now let's squeeze the heck out of that so I can squeeze the heck out of this. Alright. Woo! Got it, guys. That was a struggle. I don't know if it looked like it or not, but so for some reason, I'll show you guys real quick. on this motherboard, it has the hold on, let me zoom out. Okay. It has the ARGB header there, and it has a fan chases there, which I liked because I had this rear fan that connects right here. And then I had to connect it down here because this doesn't have a fan chases up here, just the ARGB header. So that was a little annoying. So this used to route through here, go through here, and then I had to go through that chases. But now it looks a little uglier. We'll see how the finished product looks. Kind of sad, guys, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna finish it off tomorrow. I appreciate everyone that tuned in. I'll catch you guys later. I gotta eat. I gotta work tonight, so peace. Shout out to 24MJB21. Shout out to Elijah. Shout out to Carl Coburn. And shout out to Zawid here and IRL Explorer. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm tired. I'm gonna crash out. Laters. How do I exit this? Settings. No. Let me see. Not retouch. Hide live video. Are you sure you want to stop streaming?